Number one, if you're not following me on IG, you're not following Gorilla Hebrew on IG, I don't know what you're doing. Right. So get on over to at GRLA Hebrew and make sure you follow me. Um, First things first, right? This is a recent post that came on to the Shade Room. And it's about Ice Spice. Now, Ice Spice, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not no like gigantic Ice Spice fan by no stretch of the imagination. I'm not a fan of her music. You feel me, or nothing like that. But there's a but to that. The but to that is I have taken concern about her rapid, drastic weight loss. I've been concerned about that. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm pretty concerned about this weight loss, right? So this was a post, and she said, I guess the quote was, "I wish I never learned the word Ozempic." And I'm gonna be real with you. I never heard the word ever in my life before Drake dropped it in the recent diss song. So I feel like ever since Drake, like I really feel like the Drake versus Kanye whole thing was an Ozempic commercial. I really feel like it was because I never heard of it before that. And since then, I see it and I hear it absolutely everywhere. Everywhere. I'm driving, I'm seeing signs, Ozempic this, Ozempic. Okay, cool, cool. So, right, she says, I wish I never learned the word Ozempic, and I share her sentiments. So I made a comment, right? And this is just like within the last 2 hours. I made a comment. We gotta blame Drake. But I said, if you agree, we need thick ice back ASAP. Right? Like if you agree if we that we need thick ice back ASAP. And the reason I said that is because truthfully, I'm concerned for sis health based off of the drastic weight loss she's went through. Some people would look at that as, oh, that's healthy or this and that. But I remember a time, man, in pop culture where we would see people have drastic weight losses like this, and this is typically tied to eating disorders, drug abuse, things of that nature, things that aren't good, aren't conducive for anybody's individual health. So me, I was concerned, so that's why I said it. Now of course it's been mischaracterized by somebody, so but I'm happy that the sister came and left a comment because it gave me an opportunity to leave for to give clarity to anybody who would come later and maybe take this comment the wrong way. So I said, but like if we agree we need thick ice back ASAP. So sis said, Lady of Judah, she says, as a Hebrew leader, it shouldn't matter to you whether she is thick or not. Now, that's an opinion, right? And some may think that opinion is valid, some may think that opinion is invalid. I really don't care. That's all a matter of opinion, right? But I had a response to that. So I said, as a Hebrew leader, I shouldn't be concerned for this young lady's health because that's what you're telling me, right? When I said we need thick ice back, that original ice, that authentic ice, that fresh off the block in the Bronx ice. That's what I'm saying, the authentic ice spice. I said I shouldn't be concerned for this young lady's health in an industry where drug use is rampant and corporations try to turn our sisters into anorexic clones. And that's a reality. And these eating disorders, this pressure. If she's signed, let's find out who Ice Spice is signed to, right? Look at Drea. She said she over there trying to get them crossover dollars, and that's the reality of what's going on. This is what happens, and I definitely want to speak about it. Let's go here. Let's just go Ice Spice, right? Share this tab, right? So this is what happens, right? Let's take a look at uh who is she signed to? 10K Capital Polydor, right? Is Polydor the parent of Capital? At the end of the day, it all goes, it don't even matter what happens. At the end of the day, it all really just goes back to one company. All right. What's the one company? UMG, right? UMG. And UMG goes back to who? Vivendi, right? Kanye has talked to you, ad nauseum about that, right? Ad nauseum about Vivendi. Let me see something. Universal Music Group. Can I go to Vivendi from here? Look at this. Traded as Euronext Amsterdam. That's crazy. Uh do we got a parent here? Look at that. Vivendi, right? 20%. Thyssen Holdings is a Chinese multinational. Wow. The Valor family, French. Vivendi, French. Pershing Square Holdings, largely Jerison. What is that? What is this word? Is a self-governing British Crown dependency. Wow. You see this? There's a lot of real old white Anglo-Saxon and or Franco-Western European money, right? So oftentimes what happens in these situations, let me go back here, is that pressure get put on them, right? So for example, what's this? K. Michelle. K. Michelle started mingling in them corporate circles, and all of a sudden, she wanted to undo the surgery that got her ass done. Right? Oftentimes, when they get in this car, all of a sudden, Dream Doll want to undo her surgery and things of that nature. And this is the reason for that. I'll explain. Is that in our culture, in Black and Hispanic culture, we're into the hips, the ass. We're off into all that. That's what is attractive. And but it's not just our cultural thing. Truthfully, it's scientific. When you understand the science, because attraction is scientific. Attraction is about symmetry, and male attraction to female is often predicated upon fitness to bear children. At the most primal scientific level, that's what attraction is based off of: fitness to bear children. Those thighs, those hips, that ass, those breasts, all of those things being large are communicating to the primal instincts of your body that this woman is fit to have your kids. That's what all that's about. That's what attraction is when you break it down to the lowest compound, period. So we, as natural, original people, that's what we're into. That's what we're attracted to. That's what we talk about. That's what we glorify. Right? So then when you're a woman in the community, if you don't have that, now mind you, if y'all, let's go back to the 90s real quick. Go back to the 90s. In the 90s, when we was coming up, when I was a child, it was the white women that was always under the knife. They was getting their boobs done. They was getting their nose done. They was getting their lips done for the most part, right? I remember about 2004. That's when I found out about Brazilian women. In about 2004, as a young man, curious, with unlimited access to the computer and things of that nature, I stumbled upon in my late nights as a teen. I stumbled upon Brazilian women, and I began to lose my mind about Brazilian women. I'm like, what? Look at the bodies on these Brazilian girls, right? Okay, smooth. So I'm losing my mind about the Brazilian women. So to my pops at the time, he's traveling all through South America. He's in Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, Brazil. He's all down there, right? Ecuador, Panama, etc. He's all down there. So I'm like, yo, Dad, like, what's going on? How is they asses so big? I'm just being real with y'all. It's a conversation I'm having with my father at the age of 14. And my pops tell me, he said, well, son, down there in South America, when the girls get about 15, they be a little chubby, and their parents pay for them to get the surgery to reassign the fat in their belly to their ass. He dropped a bomb on me. Now, mind you, we know what a BBL is now. Everybody knows what it is now. 20 years ago, people did not even know the name of the procedure, let alone popularize the acronym for it. My pops dropped the first bomb on me. Okay, so that is what they're doing in Latin America. That's where they're getting some of those asses from. Because, of course, some girls are natural. We all know girls who naturally come like that. And now, because surgery has become so normalized, now you think the girls who came like that didn't come like that, and you accuse them of having surgery, which is not really an accusation. If you get it, you got it. If it looks, to me, it's all about if it looked good or not. Point blank. If I like the way it looks, I don't care if it's natural or GMO, baby. That's just me. Right. But so he told me that. So I'm like, okay, boom. So now that's glorified. So now a lot of we as a culture have shamed a lot of women for lacking in the department of body, right? If they don't weren't curvaceous, they ass wasn't big, um, things of that nature. We a lot of times shamed women. Um, and of course, this led to a craze of surgeries, you know. Now the thing with Dream Doll, because Dream Doll, she recently kind of went viral speaking again. Oh, ODM Slim in a bit. Let me drop a bomb for ODM Slim. Drop a bomb for my brother ODM Slim. Yeah, we're going in tonight. We're going in tonight. I'm going all night. Peter Woodall. I got that coffee on there. I got straight Dunkin' Donuts. I got 4 of these. I got 3 more in the fridge. I'm telling you, I'm ready to go tonight. I ain't been live on this channel talking about the BS, the Shade Room, No Jumper, Universe B. I ain't been on it in a few weeks. I said, man, I got to get on. I'm going all the way in tonight. Got my new setup. We cracking. Right? So, boom. So Dream Doll, right? So I'm coming back from New York one time to Atlanta. I get on the flight, American Airlines. Dream Doll's on the plane. Now, I don't know it's her. I know I'm finna board, and I see something looking amazing from behind. And I seen she looked back, and I'm like, oh, it's a little Spanish thing, like a little Latina looking real right with the, what I'm saying. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's what I was thinking in my mind. Then after I board, she's sitting there row behind me, right? Slauson, you know it. And look, let me show you what I already got loaded. Slauson girl, who I love. Let me show you what I already got loaded. I already got loaded. I was already finna shout you out today too, so I'm glad you came through here because I'm definitely getting ready to get to this post and this impact and definitely give you your much deserved flowers for being a true grassroots on the pavement reporter, authentically native to this LA, man, So we definitely gonna get to you in a second. So shout out to my sis, man. You feel me? So boom, I'm getting on the plane. She's sitting in the row behind me. So when I'm going to sit down, I'm like, it dawned on me who that is. I'm like, Dream Doll. Okay, boom, cool. That's Dream Doll. So I'm like, boom, I ain't gonna cap too. She was on me too. I don't care what nobody say. She was on me. So do I gotta tell? Put a one in the chat if I really gotta tell this whole story. Cause I'm gonna put somebody out there. Well, actually, I'm not because I don't know the nigga name, but put a one in the chat if I need to really tell the whole story. Right? So I go to get on I go to board. I see her. I'm like, boom, it dawned on me. Look at y'all one. Y'all messy as hell. That's why. So anyway, so boom. So I'm going to I realize who it is, but if y'all know me, I go to sleep on the plane. So I'm like, all right. I wake up, we finna land. I'm like, all right, yeah, I need to press upon that because I already seen I got the motion. I already seen how she was looking at me when I went to sit down. Smooth. So I'm like, all right, boom. All of a sudden, it's a nigga sitting next to me, and I don't know who this dude is, and I'm gonna just be real. There's a lot of guys throughout this country, like y'all know, gangs have become very popular, and due to the rise of the Bobby Shmurdas, Nipsey, and stuff in the last decade, Crippin became popular again, like it was in the '90s. If y'all remember, in the '90s, Snoop, the East Siders, all of them, they made Crippin like the ultimate thing. Crips was all over the country, right? Then early 2000s, Lil Wayne, Game, Dipset came out. It became all about being a blood. Then about 10 years ago, like I said, Bobby, Nip, niggas like that, they made Crippin, popular again. And you don't believe me? Just go look back. Look at the trends. That's what happened. That's what happened. I remember, man, listen, it was a nigga I used to know. I remember I used to be on the Yahoo chat 2001, 2002. It's a nigga on there. So I'm a young kid, right? And this is the check niggas pedigree. Cause yeah, I was full-fledged banging all the way back then, right? I don't know what niggas is doing, 11 and 12. You feel me? I definitely was pressing the turf all the way back then. So I'm on the Yahoo chat banging on niggas. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, in the house late, bored, whatever, boom, I'm banging. A nigga tap in with me, boom, oh, what's up? I'm from Fine Line Hoover, boom, I'm from North Carolina or South Carolina, one of the two, right? Well, I'm Fine Line Hoover, okay, boom, boom. So I logged in with him. So boom, all of a sudden the nigga hit me up. It's a website came out, High Five. Y'all remember High Five? Years later, nigga find me on High Five. I don't even know. I never even really use. I barely use it. He hit me up. All of a sudden, the nigga banging Westside Paru out there in Carolinas. I said, wait a minute. Nigga said, yeah, everybody switched over to Paru out. All the Crips switched over. But why? When I went on his High Five page, you know what I saw on there? The game. So the Bloods got popular. So a lot of these niggas, they switched over. That's what happened. But Crippin is popular again. Crippin got popular again. Okay, cool. So it's a nigga next to me, and I see he got like a blue rag. He said that's some North Carolina shit. He got like a blue rag around his hand. So I'm looking, and he's on the phone, and he's talking extra out. But I know he ain't from California. I could just hear his voice. Nigga talking hella extra out. Oh yeah, cub, boom, boom. Yeah, I went to the label meeting. This is a red flag to me already. You went to the label. He talking about gangbanging at a label meeting. So it seemed like to me what I'm deducing is nigga just got fresh put on so he can add gangbanging to his persona and his marketability with the label and as a rapper. Because he seemed very fresh to this crippin', like his whole get out. Yeah, nigga, I was at the label meeting. Nigga was a blood. Nigga, I got on it, nigga. And mind you, I'm talking based off of what I'm repeating it based off of how I interpret it and how I would say it, but he wasn't talking like that. Because if he was talking like that, I would have thought he was from the West Coast. But he wasn't. But he's like, he saw some blood at the label meeting. I'm like, bro, come on, that's not gangbanging, bro. We in a corporate office, nigga. You trying to press on niggas. Bro, stop it. So, but anyway, so he's hella extra, hella loud. Boom. So we getting off the plane, and so boom, Cug try to get on her like, oh, I see him stay. He trying. I'm like, oh, it's over. Once I see somebody step, I'm good. I'm done. Right. So I don't end up stepping to her, man. But you know, I'm telling y'all, she was on me, and she was looking real good. No makeup, good in person. You know, it's a lot of girls I've seen in person, and I vouch like they look just as good like they do on the internet. They know catfish, right? Anyway, so I say all that to say there's this whole like notion of girls trying to undo their surgeries and boom, boom. But a lot of it happens when they get to a certain corporate level and they trying to get in certain doors and they start getting around certain white people, frankly. And then all of a sudden they want to undo having a fat ass or big hips, etc. Dream Doll and K Michelle being prime examples. They want to do that because they feel like the white people that are around that are giving them bigger checks want them to fit into a certain mold. And like Drea said, want them to get the crossover money. Gangland name, what's the deal? Right? Shout out to everybody tapping in. Drea, ODM Slim, Gangland name. Listen, man, appreciate y'all. Y'all niggas cracking out that content. You feel me? I just had to get some things straight. I'm back on this too. I'm doing all you gotta understand. I'm multifaceted with this, right? One day I'm teaching the Bible, giving y'all the breakdowns. The other day, man, I'm breaking down all the bullshit. I'm telling you, I can do whatever. So anyway, what happened? So yeah, so that's that whole concept. So I think that's what Ice Spice has fallen victim to. I think she's fallen victim to that same type of corporate indoctrination, and I think that that's an unfair pressure to put because we have to understand that our culture and other people's cultures are different. Our standards, our norms are different, and it's very detrimental when somebody's shamed into or encouraged to do something unhealthy in order to fit into another person's box, into another culture's box. And I'm afraid that our sister Ice Spice she might be falling a victim to that. Our sister Ice Spice she might be falling a victim to that. So again, and this is the problem too, because some of our people don't understand as a Hebrew leader, it shouldn't matter to you whether she's thick or not. And I don't disrespect the sister. I respect her opinion totally. And I understand why she might feel that way. Right. But I have my reasons. So again, I said, as a Hebrew leader, I shouldn't be concerned for this young lady's health in an industry where drug use is rampant and corporations try to turn our sisters into anorexic clones. We've seen this stuff happen. We've seen it. This ain't the first time something like this has happened. I just mentioned 2 instances that were very public with Dream Doll and K Michelle. Now everybody trying to talk against, you know, that stuff. And again, if you natural, beautiful. I mess with natural girls. I mess with girls with surgery. I don't. Again, as long as it look good to me, cool, right? There's also a notion. There's a notion out there that I don't like skinny women. Skinny women is cool too. Don't get that twisted. I mess with skinny women. I don't just like, everybody think, everybody know I got a short, thick, and dark skin, but you can be short, thick, and brown skin for sure. Tall, light skin, slim, whatever. I love, listen, listen, man. I love my sisters, man. I'm gonna just tell you like that. God's most beautiful creation in every shape, size, form, and shade, for sure. Don't get it twisted. But I do got my favorites though. Anyway, so I'm concerned for the health of Ice Spice. That's what I was trying to express here, right? Which got taken all praise, brother, applied pressure. So I said as a Hebrew leader, it shouldn't matter to me for her to stay true to herself and not go Hollywood. All that is what is all that is what this drastic weight loss is indicative of. So I'm saying that this drastic weight loss that we've seen with Ice Spice is indicative of potential drug use, potential pressure from corporations to again fit a mold, to lose this weight, etc. Or listen, it could have been, and this the cold part. I remember if you watch a movie, what movie? I think Knocked Up. If you watch Knocked Up, Seth Rogen, I forget the white girl name, Knocked Up. And remember, she used to be on, I think, Entertainment Tonight on a movie. And they were like, yeah, if you can just take your weight, subtract it by 10, weigh that. That's a real, that's real. That's when you start getting in the room with these white folks, they got a whole different standard of beauty than we do. I remember a time when Ice Spice was performing when she first came out, and nobody was feeling her performance till she turned around. So that is, a key element of who she was. So to slim down, and this ain't just a small weight loss, right? Let's go to let me see if I can type in Ice Spice before and after. Like, can I? Let's visit this. This isn't a little bit of weight loss. This is serious. This is drastic. I wouldn't call her unhealthy on the left, but if somebody hey, I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to lose 15 pounds. Even if she said, I want to lose a dub. She lost way more than that. Sis looked like she about 110, absolutely tops, soaking wet right now. Danae said it. I started hanging out with Taylor Swift. And this is the most fucked up part about it all. While you're sitting there trying to lose weight to look like Taylor Swift wants to figure out how to look like you. She wants them lips bigger. You see what I'm saying? Ice Spice trying to attack the white gays for real. That's, yeah. I believe that. I believe that. And this was cold about it too. Brad Vino said she fell off this isn't 22. And that's a fact. And shit is moving so fast now. But she fell off to us, but she sees an opening somewhere else. And now she's fitting their mold. It's crazy. It's really crazy.